such a happy life. We weren't experiencing any hard moments until that day. Naghirap kami. Iba't ibang sakit ang aming naranasan. And it all started.
Guys, pagod na ako. Kaya pa ba natin itong tapusin?
Okay lang yan, matatapusin natin.
5 PM na guys, bilisan na natin.
Uy, okay ka lang?
Uy, kung masama pakiramdam mo, just go home. Okay lang, headache lang.
Eh baka lumala pa yan. Umuwi ka na.
Headaches. It is a most annoying symptom to have, and it is surprisingly very common, and there is this whole spectrum of how severe the headaches can be. Obviously, there is the mild headaches, to the cold flu-like headaches, to the extreme throbbing and sharp pains for long periods of time. If that's the case, go see a doctor. There are also many factors that causes headaches. You could get a headache from eating too much MSG in your wonton soup, dehydration headaches, hormonal headaches, hunger headaches, ice cream headaches, also known as brain freeze, and even just overworking your brain at school or work. Whatever the reason is, I am here to help ease the pain. So besides the obvious solution, which is to stop doing the thing that's causing the headache, there are also some foods that can help prevent headaches. Number 1, potato. Number 2, watermelon. Number 3, banana. Number 4, whole wheat bread. And of course, there are a lot more other foods such as walnut, black beans, honey, goji berries, and mulberries.
Sige guys, uwi na ako.
Ako yan, uwi na.
Sige na, ako na dito.
Sorry ah.
Hello, wala pa naman ang file. Hello?
We'd like to have a small get-together at my house. My kids really love you.
Sige po.
Do you feel okay?
Yeah, I feel okay. Pupunta na po ako. Sige po. Maglaro ka muna, inom na akong tubig. Okay.
Nauuna ako. Kayo muna ako.
Sige po, mami. Uwi na po.
Assist na lang siya sa food.
I feel sick. I think I should go to the doctor. Hey.
Tell you this, but you have fever.
Really, Doc? What should I do?
This is what you should do.
Wow.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jeannie Galloway, and I'd like to talk to you about how to reduce a fever naturally. When a child or when yourself ends up with a feverish condition, oftentimes the first thing we want to do is relieve the suffering because they feel so miserable. And although that seems like a really good thing to do, one of the things that we need to keep in mind is that fevers are actually the body's method of killing off bacterial or viral infections. So to some extent, we want to be careful not to squelch a fever before it's time. If we do that, we may actually be prolonging the disease process. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But if someone is truly just miserable, or if you're starting to get a little bit nervous because the temperature for a child maybe is edging up towards 104, and you're like, oh, I'm getting a little scared, then what we might want to do, there's a few little tricks that can be done naturally that can help with this and help them feel more comfortable. Certainly you can do baths. A nice tepid bath so it's not too cold, because you don't want to get them chilled, and you certainly don't want a hot bath, but a tepid bath. And if you put something like lavender essential oil in it, or maybe some vinegar, just something to be cooling to the body, that might be a really good choice to bring down that fever to a more manageable level without taking something like acetaminophen, which will artificially decrease the fever. Other things you can do is, boy, you've got to hydrate. The doctors always said, you know, drink your juices, drink your fluids, take your aspirin and call me in the morning. Well, the aspirin maybe not so much, but how about the liquids? Let's get the liquids in, because if we are having a fever, typically we're dehydrating our bodies. Our bodies are really heating up. It's like you're in a hot day and you're sort of sweating internally. So we want to be sure to keep you hydrated. You know, herbal teas are really a good thing to use for children. You might want to use something like chamomile tea, because it's really a nice sweet taste. A lot of times you don't have to put any kind of sweetener in it at all, because the kids will enjoy it just as is. So herbal teas, water. Try to avoid super sweet things. It's really not the time to be drinking a lot of soda pop when you're having a fever. It's a really poor idea, because along with not killing off the bacteria because the fever's going down, you're also giving food to that fever. You're giving it sugar, and that's going to make the bacteria or the viral infection grow even faster. So we want to try to avoid sweet things. We want to try to get good, clear liquids and broths and things that are going to keep the body hydrated.
These are the antibiotics that you need. Meet me again next week.
Thank you, Doc.
Finally, I'm done. What are you doing? Didn't I tell you to stop eating sweets? It is unhealthy and you might get a toothache.
Ah! Toothache.
I told you, we need to go to the dentist immediately. Doc, what's wrong with my son?
I'm sorry to say this, but your son is a bad case of a sweet tooth. Yeah. Okay, anyways, you need to do this. Video.
The number one cause of mouth pain is tooth decay. This is when enamel, and in some cases the layers of tooth underneath, called dentin, are eroded away by plaque and bacteria, making your teeth ultra sensitive. So what happens if your dentist can't squeeze you in right away? Alleviate some of your pain by rinsing your mouth with warm salt water. If you feel swelling or get a bad taste from the area, take a pain reliever such as aspirin or ibuprofen and apply an antiseptic with benzocaine directly to the tooth and gum. Then get to your dentist as soon as you can.
Okay, you're welcome. You may now go.